my name's Christine. Welcome to Book Talk. Today we're discussing the second book in the Throne of Glass series, Crown of Midnight by Sarah J Maas. If you want to know what Throne of Glass is about and you have yet to see my book talk, I have a book talk and you can watch it and explain the whole premise. But I loved Crown of Midnight, I loved Throne of Glass. There's really no non-spoilery stuff that I could say in this. So if you have not read the books yet, I highly recommend reading them. And that's all I can say, non-spoileries. If you don't want to be spoiled, you should leave now. Bye, non-spoilery people. Bye. Okay, so I finished this last night. I was a little stifled emotionally because everyone was like, oh my god, you're gonna be so emotional. And when people say that, it triggers my defenses, so I don't get as emotional. I was prepared for drasticness, so I didn't have all the feels like everyone was expecting. I mean, obviously I had feels, but like I get emotional when I read a lot of the time. Like I will feel like cry. I'd cry a lot. I did cry in the book when Nahima was killed. I can't believe she died! She didn't even just die. She prepared herself to be a martyr for the cause, to propel Selena forward away from her selfish agenda and toward the main purpose line. We read that chapter where the queen was talking to Nahima and she was like, you know what you have to do? And she's like, yeah, I know what I have to do. I just hope it works because when she goes over the edge, like it's hard to bring her back. And I was like, wait, what? And then we come back and she's like, all dismembered. And I'm like, she let that happen. She let herself be killed. No! Next time I'll be reading the book with you guys, so I won't be spoiled. I'm so glad that I'm caught up. I'm gonna read the novellas. I think I'm gonna wait till they come out in hardcover because they're being released in March, which is exciting. So Crown of Midnight starts off with her on one of her assassination missions. And I knew right off the bat she wasn't killing them. As soon as the chapter stopped with her hovering over him, I was like, okay, she's definitely not killing them. So one of the biggest expectations / questions that I've gotten after finishing Crown of Midnight is, are you still Team Dorian or have you switched over to Kale? Everyone was like, oh my, just wait till after Crown of Midnight. Like, you're gonna be Team Kale. Am I Team Kale now? No? I don't know why you thought I would switch.
I will go down with this ship. I will throw my hands up and surrender.
I really don't get why she's so much more attracted to Kale. Honestly, in my mind, I'm like, I don't understand your feels right now. Like, I am so attracted to Dorian, and then there's Kale, and it's just like, you're there, and like, I know you're attractive, and he's not as fun, and he never makes me laugh, and I'm just like, I want Dorian. I don't get you. Part of me thinks that she's kind of throwing herself, she likes both of them, but she's throwing herself into this Kale relationship because she doesn't want any other relationship to be an option for her. I know you can argue against me. I felt so bad for Dorian in this book. I was so annoyed every time she'd say something. When he came to her room and he said he wanted to be friends and stuff, why can't you just be nice to him? He's never been anything but nice to you. And he goes, what is it? Do you want me to fight for you? And she was like, I want you to leave me alone. You don't have to be that mean. Dorian has magic now? I am so excited that Dorian has magical powers and Selena is Fae. She's Fae. She's the heir. She's the rightful heir to the Terrasen throne. So like when she was talking about that princess gaining power and reclaiming the throne, she's talking about herself. She was just like, she is gonna go get the fam and then bring them back with a vengeance and take back the throne. I don't know what the next book's gonna be like. We're probably gonna continue seeing from Kale and Dorian's POV at the castle. Are either of them gonna go get her? Is Kale gonna tell Dorian about her Faeness? I wanted her to tell Dorian about her Faeness. I'm gonna say Wendelin is where she's headed, where the last Fae stronghold is. I'm sorry, I really enjoyed when she attacked Kale. I don't think I liked Crown of Midnight better. Everyone was like, it's so much better. I think they were equally good, but I think I like Throne of Glass better because we had a lot more Dorian time and less Kale time. And Kale kind of bores me, and Dorian, I love him. So that's the difference in my mind. So when he starts discovering the magic, I think they're in a council meeting and he kind of stands up to his father and he storms out all angry. And he punches the wall and then the window cracks open and this rush of cold air spurs into him. In my mind, I'm just like,
let it go, let it go. The cold never bothered me anyway. Standing frozen in the life I haven't chosen.
Just if only he had seen the movie Frozen before, he would just know how well this is clicking with his life. Dorian's really coming into himself. Throughout the books, I believe that he's really going to develop into this character that's going to make a great king. And Kale, I don't know. I mean, he's fine. He's there. He's like a nice closet, you know? He's there, like, full of nice things that you could hold, but he's not funny. So Dorian's magic is like telekinesis, basically. It's like anything he ever wants it to be. Okay, so Fae magic. I'm curious as to how magical the Fae are. What do their powers entail? She said her powers usually manifested in fire. Does that mean like the Fae kind of manifest in an element? Like the Moroi from Vampire Academy, like wind, fire, water, earth? Or does she have lots of different powers and her strongest one is just fire? That portal scene at the end, I was so scared someone's gonna get stuck in the portal. And like, I didn't mind if Kale was in the portal. When he jumped through, I was like, oh, you're gonna get stuck in a portal for Fleetfoot? Did I not talk about her being curious about the stupid gateways to talk to the dead, and then there she goes and does it and almost destroys everything ever? Selena. So Kale jumps through the portal, and then she knocks out Dorian to go after Kale and Fleetfoot, and I'm like, really? Was it necessary to knock him out? She jumps through the portal, she turns into her Fae form. So apparently the Fae can shift forms. And it sounded like someone was talking about the Fae being able to shift into animal form. I guess humans are animals, and Selena shifts to human form. So I was under the impression after Throne of Glass that magic wasn't gone from the world, that it was just taken. But it seemed like it's also disappeared. But it seems like that scene when she was running back to save Nahima, she did use magic because Kale was talking about how she ran faster than you could ever possibly run. And I don't know if that's just Fae powers flowing through, but even so, Fae powers, she pulled magic to get herself to that castle faster. So I don't know if her magic's coming back too, or just Dorian, because she thought Dorian's was coming back because the king uses magic, and by association, Dorian's magic is working. I always suspected that she was part Fae because of her side remarks about the woods and like how much she knows about fairies. I didn't think that she was gonna be full on Fae. So before I was talking about how I think she's gonna be queen, now she's already kind of a queen. She's the rightful queen already. And I don't know if she's gonna have to marry. I'm still holding out for Solorian. I'm trying to figure out ways that this is gonna work out, because obviously that's just the way you think when you're trying to project what will happen in the next 4 books. And I'm thinking Kale might die? I don't know, but I feel like Kale has to die in order for her to be with Dorian, because they'll bond over their grief. And I know all of you are like, Christine, Kale can never die, shut up, stop talking. I'm sorry. I'm just like throwing thoughts out there, just thinking out loud. So after Nahima's murdered, Selena figures out that the murderer was Grave. I know it was really disgusting and violent, but damn, that part where she hunted him down was awesome. It was freaking the best. She was like slicing him up and nailing him to the wall, and I was like, yeah! Honestly, when she attacked Kale, I didn't really ever think that she would try to kill him. Like, I would think she'd be mad at him, but she went to stab him. I'm not saying I wish she did, but at that time, I was like, oh my god, is Kale gonna die? But then I was like, wait, people are team Kale, so I don't think they're team Ghost Kale and Selena. I really loved, after that, how it kind of allowed her to reconnect with Dorian. And I loved that scene in the library where they ran into each other. And then I loved when she came over for dinner and he was like, so why are you here? And she was like, I had nowhere else to go. He was like, you'll always be welcome here. I love Dorian's room. Like, we walked into his room and it was like all covered in books, and he never cleans it because his stuff's all over the place. And I was like, oh my god, that's just like my room. Twinsies. In this book we learn about weird keys, the keys that open up the portal, and there's 3 of them, and the king hid them. We get that riddle. As soon as we read that riddle, I was like, there's one in the queen's crown right in that room with you. I don't understand why you wouldn't check immediately. And it takes her a long time to come back and be like, oh, maybe there's one in here. And that's the one that the king already has, because it was so easy. It blatantly said it was in her crown. I'm like, she's lying right there. It's either in the casket, in her actual crown, or it's the casket crown. Just like open it up, girl. So apparently possessing these keys allows you to wield some sort of otherworldly, very strong, angry magic. I'm kind of confused to the extent of the powers. Like, how does it work? If it's just like a little sliver, you have it on them. Like, how does it associate with the rings, you know? Do the rings cause the headaches? I'm confused about the headaches. Is it maybe it's just the obsidian being around you causes the headache? But how did Parrington angle that obsidian into Caitlin, you know? I'm curious as to what's going on there. How do these word keys translate into magic? How do they work? Since Selena doesn't know much about it, we don't know much about it, and I just want to know more about it. I just want it to be clear. Like, what are the rules with these word keys? And where do we think the other ones are? Do you think there's another one in Wendelin? Maybe there is. That would make sense because she's going there and we need to find them. And it sounded like the other ones were pretty far away, and that's a Fae area, and they like the Fae. I also really like that Gavin came to tell Dorian that Selena was about to kill herself by opening a portal. He came into his dream to tell him stuff, and then the queen comes into her dreams to tell her stuff. What does that mean? That I think that matchmaker, I think that they want them together. If the first queen and king of Arlen want you to be a couple, you best be being a couple. Oh my god, yellow legs. So when we think of witches, at least when I think of witches, I don't think of like scary, creepy witches that eat children like Hansel and Gretel. That was so creepy. Yellow legs really scared me, and I did not want her to go into the van. And she went into the van. You never get into the van, even if they have candy. No! She just like was really confident in her abilities to be able to beat her. But I was like, no, we don't want to mess with magic, okay? Like, I know you a Fae. Oh, does that mean she can't die because she's a Fae? Does that mean she's immortal? Is she immortal even in her human state? Is that why she's so fierce all the time? Because she doesn't have to worry about dying? Is the Fae-ness of her why she's so good at being an assassin? Are those powers and abilities leaking through? Now that I'm thinking back at the witch scene, like, did she know she wasn't gonna die? I was really frightened for her. I was like, there's no way Dorian or Kayla is gonna figure out where you are right now. I was so happy when she chopped her head off. I'm afraid of those other witches, but at least she won't be at the castle when they come. Oh my god, but Dorian and Kale might. I hate how she was like, Kale, it'll always be you. And when she gave him that date, I thought that was the date that she knew that she would pick him. Because you know how they had the conversation in bed? They were like, when did you know that, like, you like me? I thought that she had referenced the date that her parents died because that's the date that she knew because she didn't know when they talked about it. So Kale is going to Anile, or wherever he comes from. Like, if anyone ends up going after Selena, I think it'd be Kale. I hope Dorian goes. Maybe that's when he'll leave the nest and, you know, like, be a warrior out in the open. Maybe him and Kale will go together. That's fine with me. You know, you could both go because you can watch each other's backs and bro bonding. Back to the Kale Nahima situation. I was weirded out that he didn't even tell Nahima that there was a threat against her life. Even if the king told him not to, he could just tell his guards, at least, that there was a threat against Nahima. Oh my god! Okay, that part in the depths of the library, right? When Dorian goes after her, but she just keeps like circling downward into this black hole of jail cells. This weird Frankenstein gross thing that the king, I guess, created. Ugh, that was a scary part. And I was really afraid that she was gonna accidentally hurt Dorian because she's in the dark with a really sharp blade. I'm really glad Dorian came and he accidentally showed his magic and then they could bond over magic. And I didn't see Archer coming. I didn't really trust him all that well, but I didn't see him as big of a threat as he turned out to be in the end. I'm glad she went back and killed him. Actually, I'm not a good person. You're wrong. I am a murderer. Nahima, she was the good person. Slice, stab, dead, bye. It just all worked out in the end. Like, she got to show the king the head. He still trusts her. Okay, so now she's leaving, and Kale doesn't want her to come back, but the king threatened to kill Kale if she doesn't come back. So she really is in a pickle. She said she'd come back for Dorian. Dorian, I forgot about this, but in Throne of Glass, he kind of mentioned something. We were reading from his point of view that, like, he brought Selena here to, like, get him out of the castle. Like, he doesn't want to be prince either. He wants to leave this place. But like I said, they both wanted to leave, and I think they're both going to develop this sense of responsibility to be awesome rulers and save the kingdom and put her back on her queen throne where she should be. I wonder if Aberon knew that she was Fae when he found her, or if she'd already transformed into human, you know? It's also interesting, and will the king find out that Dorian is magic? Since the king is wielding magic, I wonder if he could feel Dorian's magic, or if Dorian's magic is different, because it's this raw magic, and the king is wielding the word key magic. I don't know! I don't know what's gonna happen. I really hope they go after her in the next book. Or else they're gonna all be divided, and it won't be as much fun. Oh, also, the part where Kale was kidnapped, and she came with a vengeance, and was just like, slice, 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 slice. Oh, that part was awesome, too. I know her violent parts are scary for the people around, but for me reading them, I'm like, yes, 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 you kill him, stab him! Yeah! Even there, I was like, is Kale gonna die? Is Kale gonna die now? But he didn't. Share your thoughts and theories / favorite parts of this book. I'm Christine. I'll talk to you next time. Thanks for watching. Bye!